orchestrated our strategy like seasoned generals, plotting a tactical maneuver. Even before the sun could fully stretch its golden limbs across the eastern riverbank, I had transmitted my intent to my son, a prelude to our synchronized ballet with snowflakes. Now, picture this scene painted on the canvas of an ordinary weekday, sandwiched between the dreary confines of Monday and the tantalizing aroma of Friday. The daycare center, usually an animated hub of life, would transform into a ghost town. A child, usually confined within the walls of organized chaos, could have discovered my prone figure, a modern-day snow-covered Odysseus, fate hovering on the edge of a precipice. The whim of fate, ensuring this spectacle unfolded on a Saturday, cannot be overstated, for weekends ushered in a hush, leaving the daycare's rhythm dormant. Our method for conquering the snow-laden battlefield was not one of mechanical precision, but a manual symphony, an ode to human endurance, with shovels as our chosen instruments. It was amid the rhythmic dance with the snow shovel, at the doorstep of our first conquest, that an indescribable sensation, akin to an ethereal thread snapping within my chest, coursed through me. Don't mistake this for the throes of a heart attack. No, this wasn't the Hollywood-style chest-crushing agony. My preconceived notion of cardiac distress had to take a back seat to this peculiar unease, a sensation that clung to me like an invisible cloak. Undeterred, I soldiered on, my shovel the instrument of progress, the driveway my symphony. In those days, the tendrils of a smoking habit coiled around me, and feeling a tad queasy, I sought solace in the comforting embrace of a cigarette. At the next battleground, armed with my trusty shovel, Cindy, an observer from her cozy perch, acknowledged my presence with a wave that sliced through the snowy tableau. My response, a nonchalant nod, was met with her straightforward comment on my less than vibrant appearance. Embracing my affinity for self-deprecating humor, I thanked her for the unique compliment, ready to tackle the snow-laden battlefield with renewed vigor. With a promise of just an hour more of labor, I assured her payment would be sought upon the completion of our snowy conquest. The shovel resumed its duty, and I ascended from porch to driveway, determined to leave no snowflake unturned. In the wake of successfully conquering the snow-laden battlefield, a sudden unwelcome surge of nausea crashed over me like a tidal wave of discomfort, a metaphorical brick wall colliding with the fragile facade of my consciousness. The prospect of vomiting loomed ominously, my jaw aching mysteriously, while an electric current seemed to trace an erratic path across my chest. It was precisely at this disconcerting juncture that I found myself rapping urgently on Cindy's door, unwittingly triggering a sequence of events that would drastically reshape the trajectory of the day. Remarkably, Cindy, having weathered her own heart attack saga a couple of years prior, possessed an uncanny ability to discern the foreboding signs. In a pivotal moment, she generously offered me one of her precious nitroglycerin pills, accompanied by 2 baby aspirin, all while swiftly summoning an ambulance to the scene. Even then, the realization that a heart attack might be unfolding within me eluded full acceptance. I reached out to my wife, calmly detailing my ailing condition and the imminent hospital visit. Reassurances flowed from me, attempting to quell any undue worry and promising to maintain regular contact. Looking back, my wife would later remark on the eerie calmness that pervaded my tone, an almost stoic composure given the gravity of the situation. Subsequently, I called my son, narrating the unfolding drama and entrusting him with the responsibility of completing the remaining snow removal assignments in my stead. The subsequent memories unravel as the fire department arrives, my son closely tailing them. Soon after, the ambulance makes a dramatic entrance. It is at this juncture that the icy fingers of fear begin to tighten their grip, and the grim realization settles. I'm confronted with something profoundly amiss. I vividly recall the poignant exchange where I relinquished my truck keys and wallet to my son, a silent but poignant gesture laden with unspoken affection, my way of ensuring he understood the depth of my feelings. As the ambulance envelops me in its sanctuary of uncertainty, a haunting truth creeps into my consciousness. I might not emerge from this ordeal unscathed. I reach out to God, seeking forgiveness, my voice carrying a heartfelt prayer into the cosmos, indifferent to any potential eavesdroppers. The journey in the ambulance becomes a blur of hazy recollections, the siren, which should have been a jarring intrusion, registering as oddly muted within the vehicle's confines. As consciousness wavers, I find myself thrust into a realm of obscurity, unaware of the precise moment of hospital admission. Yet, a stark awareness persists. I await the arrival of my wife. Urgency courses through my veins, driven by an imperative need to ensure she comprehends the profound depths of my love and to extend my contrition for any turbulence my predicament may have caused. Adrift in uncertainty, my destination unclear, the journey beckons, and my wife must grasp the sincerity of my affections. In the blink of an eye, she stands before me, and with an abruptness that defies comprehension, I'm propelled away from her presence into the abyss of the unknown. Our once solid form, full-sized and tangible, rapidly shrinks, morphing into a mere speck before vanishing entirely, leaving behind nothing but the echo of an illusion. The sensation of motion surrounds me, accompanied by a subtle whooshing symphony, unobtrusive yet incessant. Trying to capture this experience in words proves an enigma, as language seems woefully inadequate to encapsulate its essence. There's no mention of a tunnel bathed in ethereal light in my recollection. Nevertheless, a profound tranquility, an overwhelming warmth, and a purity of peace permeate my entire being. In that poignant moment, I grasped the reality of my demise, and a singular thought surfaces from the depths of my consciousness. This isn't all that bad. An intriguing paradox threads through this narrative, an internal struggle torn between staying with cherished family and departing from the enigmatic realm that cradled me. Expressing this sentiment proves challenging. For the encounter, I recount stands as the most exquisite I've ever known. A profound tranquility enveloped me, akin to immersion in an ocean of pure love. Perhaps this portrayal resonates solely within my own understanding, an idiosyncratic facet I readily accept. The recollection doesn't paint a picture of blinding luminance or a comprehensive life review. Instead, it leaves an enduring impression of absolute love and peace. Even now, 2 years hence, I maintain a vivid connection to that profound wellspring of love and serenity. Trust me when I say, it's a beauty that eludes the grasp of words. In the words of my wife, a remarkable transformation unfolded as I uttered those 3 words, "I love you." She recounts the vivid departure of colours from my form, replaced by an enigmatic grey line ascending from my feet to the pinnacle of my head. Simultaneously, a cacophonous symphony of alarms and signals heralded my flatline. Technically, I traversed the realm of the deceased for roughly a minute, requiring multiple interventions with the defibrillator paddles to stir me back to life. Before this transcendental experience, I often pondered the visage of death. Now I can profess first-hand knowledge of its countenance. It's not a fervent yearning to hasten towards this inevitable juncture, but rather a newfound absence of trepidation towards its eventual arrival. I've glimpsed the enigma that awaits on the other side. And so, we conclude today's extraordinary tale. Please feel free to share your reflections in the comment section below. Until our next rendezvous in the realm of video, remember the importance of